Hello, my name is Ben Hutton, and I'm from the Office of University Ethics and Compliance. Today we're going to be exploring the 6 core values of Augusta University and how they can both inform and guide your study abroad experience. AU is committed to providing instruction, research, healthcare, any and all activities in compliance with federal, state, and local laws and regulations. Our office really exists to support this commitment. We're here to help promote an organizational culture that encourages ethical conduct. We're here to serve the entire AU community as a resource in providing guidance on a wide variety of topics, including privacy, ethics, compliance, risk management oversight. On the day-to-day basis, we are involved in many different activities. A lot of our work revolves around policies, looking at policies, revising policies, drafting policies. We're also looking at regulations, both federal, state, and we work really closely with other units within the Augusta University community, including legal affairs, human resources, management. At the end of the day, we're really here as a resource. So this slide will show us what the vision, mission, and values of Augusta University are. And as you can read those for yourselves, but one of the things I like to go to is the building metaphor. So this building, if you've never been there, is the Parthenon, located in Nashville, Tennessee. It's one of my favorite buildings, and I like to think about mission, vision, and values as part of this facade when you're looking at the Parthenon. So our mission, it communicates the reason for our being and is the main part of the facade. The vision extends upward like the roof and is future-oriented towards purpose and aspirations. And the core values are really belief columns that we're emotionally invested in and support the entire structure. Right there you can see this laid out, and the 6 columns being our 6 values: compassion, collegiality, integrity, inclusivity, leadership, and excellence. And when we talk about core values, these are values that are fundamental to the organization and we're not willing to negotiate on. So let's talk about these 6 values and how they can inform and guide you as you go on a study abroad program. So the first value, compassion, this is reflected in caring, empathy, and social responsibility. And to think about it just in summation, it's kind of the totality of how you interact and work with other people. So one of the things to think about is when you're studying abroad, it's usual to experience some form of culture shock. You arrive in a host country and perhaps English isn't the native language spoken by the population. Perhaps you encounter customs and local cultures that you're not familiar with. And so one of the things to ask yourself is, will you allow those experiences to challenge your preconceptions? See, one of the things compassion does so well is it opens the door to empathy. It allows you to put yourself in another person's shoe and can develop you into a more emotionally and professionally mature person. So that's something to keep in mind. Can I let compassion guide me towards empathy as I have these cross-cultural experiences and interactions? Excellence. This is reflected in our distinction, effectiveness, efficiency, enthusiasm, passion, and quality. And you can really kind of think of it as having no upper limit. So excellence doesn't disappear based on where we find ourselves at any particular moment. It's going to travel with us, right? So maybe ask yourself, what does it look like to embody excellence as a guest in a host country? How are you going to present yourself and the university community? How are you going to continue your academic work? Those are things to ask yourself and to wrestle with. Next, collegiality. You know, everyone we interact with shares a common purpose for collaborations and partnership. And that's really what collegiality is. So in going on a study abroad program, going back to those cross-cultural interactions and encounters, there's going to be benefits, right? And things to think about for these cross-cultural experiences and interactions, right? You'll get to work with people who are not like yourself. Are you willing to collaborate with those folks and partner with them? Will you find the resources to develop a community and team in this setting? Inclusivity. This acknowledges that we are greater as a whole, and this is something we celebrate in diversity, equality, fairness, impartiality, and respect. So as you study abroad, you're going to find that local laws and rules are different from laws and rules in the state of Georgia, the city of Augusta, the country of the United States of America. Perhaps there's going to be even some greater variation than, Northwestern Europe, Canada. And that's one thing to ask yourself is, in the spirit of inclusivity and respect, how am I going to interact when I come up to those local laws and rules? Because it could very well be that there are laws and rules, regulations and norms in those host countries that are very, very important. And in our context, that might not even be something that crosses our mind. So it's something to keep at the front of your mind as you travel into other countries. Ask yourself, what are some of the local laws and rules and norms of decor? How can I show respect? And in showing respect, you are reflecting that value of inclusivity. Integrity. This one is really encapsulated in ethical behavior, being honest, reliable, and accountable. So it would be really nice if there were always, very clear gray and red, categories of right and wrong. But that's not always the case. You are going to come across situations where you have to ask yourself, well, am I coming up to that line between right and wrong, personally, professionally, academically? And when you introduce cross-cultural encounters and situations, you need to be even more sensitive to this line between right and wrong, because, right, as we just talked about in the last slide, the norms, the rules, and the laws can vary widely depending on where you travel to, where you study. So keep that in mind. Leadership. So you can see from the slide, those are some of the descriptors of what it means to exemplify leadership. And in the study abroad context, ask yourself, am I willing to step forward and say, these are some of our values we're committed to at this university, and we want to reflect those wherever we are. So if you see things that are not in line with those values, speaking up and just saying something can make a world of difference and can really set a tone for an entire group of people. So I'm going to end here just to give you guys a little bit more information about our office. This is our poster for our compliance hotline. We have a hotline at the Augusta University, and you can access it either by calling that 800 number or going to our website and filing a report electronically. This is a 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day hotline. It's managed by a third party. And a lot of the times folks will want to submit concerns anonymously, and that's something you can do. And we try to respect that anonymity. This is just a little bit about our office. Clay Sprouse is our Vice President of Audit, Compliance, Ethics, and Risk Management. And here are the folks within University Ethics and Compliance. Yeah, you can contact us at the 0900 number below and see the link to our website. Thank you so much, and good luck on your ventures abroad.